Hey, hey, y'all. How y'all doing? I'm pulling up with my old beat, my old sensibilities, and my old facts. Let's do that. I will sit back for a couple seconds. If y'all to pull up, and shave this shit up in the edit. Ha! Yay! Yeah, that was product placement. That was definitely product placement. As that is product placement. And that is product placement. And that definitely product placement. And as you can see there, a little bit of frayness on the book. Why am I showing you the frayness? Because I'm showing you that I didn't just buy this book. I've had it for a while. Alright. Yes, sir. It most assuredly is education time. I think it's time, to talk about a little bit of everything, but I want to do it using some common sense. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't use common sense, or they get really excited. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like there's a lot of buzz, a lot of we're gonna put this out into the ether, and y'all know what we talking about. I mean, I ain't gonna act brand new, but go ahead. If you're digging what a brother's show, put some dirt in my bucket, and you can continue to hear, I guess, a less spectacular opinion, I guess, because let's chat was good, and my brother Theo. If you say third blurred, I like that. Now we doing a lot of talk. We doing a lot of talk. And I mean, people done turn that down a little bit. Make sure y'all hear. A lot of people are getting just a wee bit too up in arms about the quote unquote cancellation of Eve Ewing's Black Panther run. Rather than go, yep, well, guess we ought to all say goodbye and be done with it. And even if her book is canceled, the Black Panther, T'Challa, is not eliminated as a character. If they, when I say they, I mean Marvel Studios, Marvel Comics, whoever, if they have chosen to say, we giving less visibility to this character, y'all ain't asking why? What up, Ronnie? Y'all ain't asking why less visibility is being given to this character. And this is what I say about the so-called T'Challa cancellation. What up, Gray? No, what up, Gray ain't what I say about the T'Challa cancellation. I'm just saying what up, Gray. Who did they 5 W's on this? Because if you ain't got the 5 W's, you have a rumor. Scuttlebutt is what we call that in the Navy. That's who said Steve Ewan's run on Black Panther was canceled. What were the specifics about said cancellation? When is this cancellation set to happen? I hear, there's probably not going to be any more Black Panther after March. Check this out. Got a revelation for you. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the cover of Black Panther issue number 10. So they're getting the 10. And it looks like the Kivu Ma storyline will be resolved here. Marvel has decided that they are going to cancel this run after one story arc. Why? See what I'm saying? Why when you hear cancellation, everybody just went, oh, okay, yeah, Black Panther is like 175th in sales or 177th, something like that. Does that mean every comic book that's way down in the basement, sales-wise, has been canceled? Now, I don't want to go conspiracy theory. I want to keep it in the realm of realism. How many times have characters like Thor, Captain America, dipped under a certain amount of what you expect two of the Avengers Trinity to be, and Iron Man for that matter? Because pre-2008, how were Iron Man sales? Don't worry about that. Somebody will always get the number. Somebody always gets the number. Now, are we saying Carol Danvers, who definitely has not been around longer than T'Challa, but for some strange reason, her book persevered. And I'm not, and don't go on the misogynistic tip and all of that BS, but her book persevered. She is more popular than ever. We put her in front as the leader of the Avengers, and her popularity went. Who was the leader of the Avengers during Jason Aaron's run, and their popularity went? That guy right there. So if popularity and visibility seem to coincide with one another, or at least Marvel's understanding of it is, if people see this character more, they will buy this character's book more. Okay. Now, in my hand, between these 3 books, I'm holding about 95% of T'Challa's Silver Age appearances. Them 3 books. That's about 95%. This book has, whoops, I go this way. There's the first one. Fantastic Four 52 and 53. Tales of Suspense 99 and 100. Avengers 52, Avengers 62, Daredevil 52, and Avengers 73 and 74. That's a lot of appearances within a 3-4 year period. How come his appearances ain't that tight, ain't that consistent, don't occur that frequently? T'Challa was popular then because you kept seeing him. He was pulling up in Fantastic Four. He was pulling up in Captain America. He was pulling up in Avengers. He was pulling up in Daredevil. How many different books do we see T'Challa in that much right now? Think about it. Let's dig off further into his Silver Age appearances. Avengers 78, Avengers 79, Daredevil 69, Astonishing Tales. What? T'Challa used to appear in Astonishing Tales? Yeah, he used to appear in Astonishing Tales. Then he had a couple of more Avengers appearances, another Fantastic Four appearance, and then he appeared opposite Spider-Man in Marvel Team Up. Again, 2-3 year period. 70 to like 71, 72, somewhere around there. His appearances were frequent. His appearances were tight. You were seeing more of him frequently. Then we got this. This encapsulates the entire Jungle Action run. In black and white, nonetheless, but it's the entire run. And it is also the first 10 issues of the Jack Kirby run on T'Challa solo fight. So, between them 3 books, you got it all. Now, Jungle Action was like, what, 72 to 74, 72 to 74, that book ran, 72 to 74. His last Avengers appearance was 72. So, consistently appearing. After Black Panther, the Jack Kirby run, yeah. We went 1978 with no Black Panther. We went 1979 with no Black Panther. We went 1980 with no Black Panther. Now, in the 80s, like I'm always telling y'all, he pops up hit or miss. But never with as much frequency as he did during the Silver Age. So, my question becomes, was the dehydration and starvation of T'Challa done on purpose, or was it because wasn't nobody rocking with the book back then? Well, I know all of these people that's talking about T'Challa died in his own comic book, and their first appearance or first experience with T'Challa was Captain America Civil War. We ain't talking about it. We talking about the die-hard ass people who rock with him. Fantastic Four 52, Avengers 52, Tales of Suspense 99 and 100. Those guys, Jungle Action, that's what I'm talking about. So we just stopped reading comic books. Who, what, when, where, why? Who, what, when, where, why. I will be happy to eat crow when you tell me who, what, when, where, why, in regard to the cancellation. Because issue 11 of Black Panther not being on the Marvel.com page, the cover not being on the Marvel.com page is not saying, well, after issue 10, ain't no more Black Panther. Because go back to November. Issues 8 and 9 and all of that, they weren't on the site either. So back then, when there were only 5 issues showing, did you say, oh, well, I guess T'Challa's only going to be around for 5 issues? I need something more solid than, well, and I don't know where it's coming from. Where is it coming from? Because one day, it ain't being canceled, and then the next day, cancellation all over the place. I know this has been said before, but it garners saying again, the best way to get rid of a legend is to stop talking about it. Now, I can tell you right now, I do not hold out much faith for Ultimate Black Panther last year. That being said, Brian Hill tells a great story. Brian Hill tells great stories. But I don't think it's so much about the storyteller as it is. William Shakespeare could be writing about T'Challa. Stephen King could be writing about T'Challa. Alice Walker could be writing about T'Challa. And the stigma around it will remain the same. And you want me to tell you why? Derek Bozeman already told you on December 8th, 2020. Did he not? They don't want to see a black man in power. They do not want to see a black man as a king. They do not want to see the black family in print or cellular. Not as a family. You know, how are black families? How do we see them? We see a baby mama walking down the street with a baby and the daddy nowhere in sight. Okay, let's do that with the child. He gonna have a kid out of wedlock and he ain't gonna freaking show up. That's what we doing? I mean, to me, you can't tell if this cancellation is $100, you can't tell me that this is coincidence. That this just happened like that. Boy, come in here with some damn manners. Okay? Okay? Please. That's all I'm gonna say. Today ain't the day, boy. Not today. All right? You don't come in the house talking to your daddy like that. Don't come in the house talking to me. Okay? We can usher you right up out of here. Calm your ass down. That's all I got to say, Nico. Period, point blank. You don't want it. Now, like I was saying, if you can't give us a who, what, when, where, and why are we getting all bent, twisted, out of shape? Why are we panicking? Why are are we freaking out? Why are we like, oh my God, why is everybody and their mama been doing lives for the past couple of days, and this is all they've been discussing? I'm gonna let y'all in on this. And here's something you may not realize. What you say in this platform on social media, to a certain degree, is control. Okay, there is a thing called an optimization tool on YouTube. And that tool tells you, well, this is what's popular, and this is what's popular, and this is what's popular, and this is what's popular. So you have a choice of making a video about A, B, C, or D. Why can't I make the videos I want to make? Because if you make a video about that, nobody's going to watch it. So are you coming to my page to see my content? Are you coming to my page to see me? Or are you coming to my page to see what's popular? So right now, everybody's here because they want to hear about Black Panther being canceled? Or is everybody here because they want to hear what's real has to say about Black Panther being canceled? If the latter is the case, it shouldn't matter what kind of video D-Real makes. You should pull up because you want to hear D-Real's take on that. Or you don't want to hear D-Real's take on that. That's how it's supposed to work. Unfortunately, it don't be like that. We coming to hear the latest, hottest stuff. We coming to hear what's popular. We coming to hear what's trending. And unfortunately, that is the case. But I see y'all. Let's see what y'all talking about. Moyo said, I think a bold new direction is about to happen whenever this arc is wrapped up. I also think she will write that new arc as well. Theo said, how likely is it that with this much attention and more vocal fan base than ever, that his comic isn't doing well? We gonna feel that one, Theo. Because more people talk about loving T'Challa, the Black Panther, than they do actually showing their love for the Black Panther. Buy the comic book. Buy two of the comic books. Talk about the comic book after you buy the comic book. Buy the action figures. You may not collect action figures. Buy action figures for your little brother. Buy action figures for your cousin. Buy action figures for your nephew. Buy action figures. Buy. Consume the product. Superman don't have that problem because toy companies, comic book companies make Superman comic books without thinking. Make Batman comic books without thinking. Also, too, them two characters have had nearly 100 years to build their brand. Someone is gaslighting manufactured outrage. Deciphering who that is the thing. And that's how I feel, y'all. That's how I feel. How is a narrative being pushed with no evidence? Only on social media. then I come on and say some stuff about somebody. And now some people do fact checking. I ain't gonna say everybody. Some people do fact checking, but some people, they see something on social media and go, oh, well, since that person said it, it must be the truth. Everybody ain't diligent about giving you facts. Everybody ain't. If telling a lie or pushing a rumor that don't have no basis in fact will build your brand, some people will do it. And that's the cold hard fact. There are some people more concerned about subs and likes and being the most popular person and being the cock of the walk and just, that they don't say, should I speak on this topic? Should I speak on this subject? Because you don't have to. Black Comic Lord posted a pic of a solicitation with the words "final issue" on it. It is referencing the story arc, which says finale for the run itself. You know what? I don't know. When I pulled that picture down on issue 10, I assumed final issue story arc. Because why would, us, we are the ones writing in and saying what a fine job we think Professor Ewan's doing. Why would they not say something in? Because I want you to buy the book. I want to get as much money out of you as I can before I cancel this. Who, what, when, where, why? Where is it? Somebody said, reliable source, reliable source. And I just got done showing you how if you're not popular, if you're not trending, I think I've seen Paul Martin has said something on Theo's live earlier today about Night Thrasher, and he was in a group discussing Night Thrasher, and everybody in there like, ain't nobody checking for Night Thrasher. Word? Now, when that article came out in December about Night Thrasher getting his own series in February, everybody was stoked. But suddenly, ain't nobody checking for Night Thrasher now? Ain't nobody checking for Night Thrasher now? I'm checking for Night Thrasher. I'm checking for any character look like me. If it's a trash story, it's a trash story. But I ain't gonna not check for him. Make it. Is this your first time in here, sis? I don't think, or I don't know. But welcome anyway. Good to see you. Hey, Keita, how you doing, Miss Lady? It's a little sad. Eve's Black Panther run will be ended soon. Where did you read Black Panther's run ending? Was it a credible source? And this is what I tell people all the time. Hey, me coming on here and saying Black Panther's comic book is canceled. Okay, the people who rock with me gonna go with it, but your average individual, where'd you hear that, D? Who told you that? Another content provider. Where did they hear that? From another content provider. Where did they? You see where I'm going? Okay, unless that content provider talks directly to somebody at Marvel and can name their source, then I just need to wait. I want to see when the comic book is. Somebody said ain't gonna be no more Black Panther after March. Issue 10 comes out in March. So when issue 10 is done, ain't gonna be no issue 11. So if I don't see no issue 11, I will be happy to come back and retract every little thing I'm saying right now. Okay? Until then, I'm not finna start popping off because it's the popular thing to do. I'm not hoeing for stuff. Period. Can I say that? Is that okay to say? I'm not hoeing for stuff. Thank you, Mario. Nico said I said this over at Theo's Live. How come Eve Ewing hasn't come out and squashed all this negative nonsense? She hasn't finished the run and we don't know anything about what's coming. Exactly, Nico. Same thing. Exactly. Ain't nobody, all these content providers, they got connections with artists and writers and all this kind of stuff. Y'all ain't went straight to the source. I know she's a busy woman. She's a busy woman. You know what I'm saying? I've seen the schedule just from like emails. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do this. Oh, I'm also writing comic books. Oh, I'm also teaching classes. Oh, I'm also over here. You know what I'm saying? So she's probably kind of hard to lock down. It's probably kind of hard to like, okay, Miss Ewing, can we get a few minutes of time, please? You know what I mean? She seems to me, from what I see and what I've read, she sounds like a hard lady to catch up with. And so if you catch up with her, man, you doing a big thing. It's not becoming of us to make assumptions. Like Jack Reacher said, in an investigation, assumptions kill. I love that show, by the way, Nico. Love that show. Love that show. Eve does more than write comics. She also doesn't do Twitter. She literally may have no idea what is going on. But all of these content providers, Kamoyo, are going on their streams and they're talking about this cancellation. You can't tell me somebody that know Eve ain't said nothing to her, or maybe, you know what I'm saying, might be an NDA. We don't know what's going on. I have not talked to Eve Ewing directly. So I don't know if she does or doesn't have an NDA and she can't speak. That's another possibility right there. Gotta go pick that one-shot issue with Holla and Wolverine. Oh, you mean... Got all of it. I must have moved it. Yep, I moved it. Ain't on me. But I have it. I have the Wolverine. Wolverine getting pieced up in Wakanda. He was getting pieced up real bad. How did folks know when the Ridley run ended? It was announced. It was all over the place. When Ridley's run ended, everybody knew it. Because we were rejoicing. We were partying. We were celebrating. We were doing videos about it. I remember. Wasn't that long ago, was it? I ain't heard no official, and the announcement came way before issue 15. We knew like issue 10, 11 that his run was going to end. We on issue 8 and issue 10 finna be the last issue, and you ain't said nothing yet? Use your logic, not your sensationalism. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going all the way left in that direction. It's like y'all just took it and ran with it. And that happens a lot on social media. And like I said, for the third time, no, I've said it more than that, for the fourth time, if what I'm saying don't make no sense, I have no problem doing another video and saying, I messed up, y'all. It really is me. But until such time as I see some stuff that's dead, this book is being canceled. Because they didn't make no bones about telling you with the Ridley run. But I ain't heard nothing from nobody official. So until I hear something from somebody official, I will move as if whatever they saying is what they saying. And how credible is the League of Comic Geeks? This is what I'm saying. I done went to every source I know of. I mean, my source might be limited, but I mean, I done went everywhere I know of, and I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing. And Darren's, welcome, by the way. That statement makes a whole lot of sense right there. It says it's a final confrontation. It doesn't say final. You got people get all excited. Everybody's so creative. You just start making these stories up and you mix them up and you throw them out there on your videos and you tell people, oh, this is the end. Y'all might as well just stop. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Don't do that. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. No cheat. Okay, I'll go with that, Kamoya. But and that's what I'm saying. I just want to be sure. Yeah, it says a final confrontation, not the final issue. I seen the pics. Yeah, I just got done looking at it. Yeah, it says a final confrontation, not a final issue. Show me where it says a final issue. Show me something credible that says it's the final issue. But we getting excited. It's over. Calm down. Breathe. Take a second. Ask questions. If there's one thing I've learned in my professional world before jumping to conclusions about anything, ask questions. And the most pertinent questions you should be asking are who, what, when, where, and why. If you can't give me them, shut up. Stop talking. Be quiet. STFU. In the building. OG. What's up, Mr. Smith? President Shell back. Yeah, we talk about this reputed cancellation of me and yours run. Because I have yet to see a credible source. This all started over at, hey, we ain't gonna start calling out names. We ain't gonna start calling out names because we know if we start calling out names, people gonna start taking it the wrong way. I will read your statement. This all started over at Killmonger channel. We did a live with Dre Mack, and I was looking at how they just gave excuses for how they could kill the great run. I mean, Nico, if we talk about the numbers, if we talk about just on the strength of numbers alone, how many people are buying the book monthly, it ain't good. It's not good. And that's why I try to push everybody towards, you know, pick that book up, pick the variants up, pre-order. You know, a lot of those numbers come from pre-order sales. If it's a book you like, why wouldn't you pre-order? I know when me and Theo see action figures we like on Hasbro, on Big Bad Toy Store, on Entertainment Earth, we pre-order them. Why would you not do that with a comic book? You know you're going to like that comic book. You know you're going to like that character. Why wait for it to get to the store? Or full box. Full box. When you go in the store, when you go to your LCS, you tell them, I want this book in my pool box. And create a pool box. Everybody's so creative. I can't help it. I love that lady on TikTok. Anyway, tell them that you want that book in advance so that you can get it in advance. That goes into that number of sales. Right? Okay? That's our part. I'm not saying building that character up and making that character top tier is our job. Oh, okay. They gotta write good stories. They gotta do good characterization. They gotta understand the character. They gotta have a rogues gallery. What's the Child's Rogues Gallery? Can't nobody tell you what the Child's Rogues Gallery is. You know why? Because he ain't got one. Now, this Eve Ewing run, I'm not bagging on it. What major villain has shown up in that book? Monet is not a villain. Deathlock is not a villain. What major villain showed up in that book? Now, I understand he wants to create her own universe, but you got to take a little bit of the old and a little bit of the new and mix it together. Just a thought. Just a thought. You gotta be diplomatic. Sorry, Moyo, I'm on my savage investigation rant now because that dude was pissing me off last night when he was literally saying that they could destroy a historic run. Like, dude was trying to make it seem like all the BP fans weren't getting a breath of fresh air with Dean's run after the trash we got with it. Okay, so here we are. We have confirmed. See, I knew I could bring my folks together. Okay, it says Legacy 222 Final Issue. Okay. Oh, all right. Now, that calls. What's up, Django? That calls for something else. Nico has become a bit of a chaos monger. I dropped my membership ages ago. Yeah, I was gonna say that, Mario, and my thing is, are we following these people because we are still curious about what they doing, or are we following them to troll or to just jump down their throat whenever they say something we don't agree with? Because I can tell you right now, it's a crap ton of people who say things that I don't agree with. It's a crap ton of people who say things that I don't like. But I'm not going at their helmet because of what they're saying. This is YouTube. You can say what you want to say. You know what I'm saying? You can say I had intercourse with a pig for 32 hours straight, you know, and like, you could say that if you want to. But Is anybody listening? Does anybody care? I don't necessarily. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. But back to the lecture at hand. Okay, so issue 10 is the final issue. Somebody brought me my who, what, when, where, and why. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Okay, so here's where I am with it. Okay, the book's being canceled. What's happening after that? Because John Ridley's book got canceled. And he came back, what, less than a year later? Do they have someone in the wings to pick that book up? Or are they saying the sales of this book was so dismal that we don't want to see it no more? Because I can think of a crap ton of books with dismal sales. But they still run strong. Black Panther fan groups' frustrations are showing right now to the point where the fandom is imploding on itself. We having big splits in what the character is and what he is supposed to be. And that's literally just Marvel's fault for not treating Holla accordingly and taking so long to rectify things. Well, no, not taking so long, not rectifying it at all. They chose to leave it laying out there like that. So, again, boys and girls, we'll always have Paris. I mean, I refuse to just lay down and say, I don't want to take this character. I can't do it. I don't care if I'm talking about the same 200 stories over and over and over again. I'm not gonna let the legend. I got action figures up the wazoo. The character might die with people who were only talking about the character for popularity purposes, who were never truly fans, who were just kind of snorting and sniffing around truths to kind of pick up the bang and the slang and the mental, so you know what to regurgitate, but not really truly fans. You see what I'm saying? You a fan as long as it's true. And them people know who they are. Because they sub home. They hoeing for the sub. And it's fine. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing that because you gotta eat, or you doing that because you just want a little extra change in your pocket, I mean, if you already generate income, then income on YouTube ain't, you know, well, I can speak for me. I can't speak for everybody else. I'm generating income, so YouTube is not primary. It's icing, you know what I'm saying? But I can eat my cake without icing. I'm good. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is, y'all. Sorry, got the message. Got home, man. Oh, here you go. Yeah, got to. Like I said, man, Derek Bozeman, Kamoyo. Derek Bozeman. He said it. He said it before that movie dropped. They don't want to see that. They don't want to see a black man in power. They don't want to see a black man standing tall, looking strong, being intelligent. They don't want to see a black man with a family. They don't want to see us prospering. All they want to see is stories of us suffering. Where the lie at? I hear the splinter of Black Panther fans is more or less an extreme thing with the character. That could be true. That could be very true. Yeah. Um, so I guess so. Many people are used to T'Challa being the king and are still frustrated at what Ridley did and is carrying over. On the major villain ship. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't have got some Jakara for old time's sake. We couldn't have got some Akibe for old time's sake. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, Hunter could have showed up. That would have been a great time for Hunter to pull up, regardless of what's going on with him currently. Because he's a war dog, and we know he would have heard about what's going on in the beating. Oh, there's a Black Panther in the beating? Oh, I must do this. But I ain't going to tell Eve how to write her story. I'm just saying, it would have helped if we could have saw a familiar evil face. Also, the way that the MCU has decided to kill off the character has diminished the character. Okay, I said, Mr. Smith, I said this in a video a long time ago. I've said this in a video more than once. If something happens dramatically, they almost always, I say like 95% of the time, do they make sure whatever occurred in that movie, whatever occurred on that TV show, appears in the comic. Because by and large, the majority of us consider comics canon. And if it occurs in a comic, real. X-Men got black leather suit. Oh, we're going to give them kind of black leather suits in the comic. It happened. Oh, Blade ain't just a guy who can't get turned into a vampire. He's half vampire himself. Yep, let's put that in the comic. And some of that stuff works. But there's other stuff that, like, T'Challa dead and his bastard son is what's happening. They slowly gonna try to walk it over there, man. I mean, y'all get mad. You get mad if you want at me, but watch them slowly walk that stuff over. They're gonna walk it over. It's just a matter of time, man. Always. How long was Wolverine dead for? You don't have to have an outcry like that, man. Like, bring him back. But he ain't been the same since he came back. I'm going to be very frank. There's a big difference between T'Challa written from McGregor and Hickman and T'Challa from Coach. T'Challa from McGregor to Hickman. Got intermittent in the 80s. And so they didn't build T'Challa as a brand. In the late 60s and early 70s when T'Challa was popping, when T'Challa was appearing in books like this nonstop. See what I'm saying? When he's appearing in books like that nonstop, and then all of a sudden you just go, he's getting too popular. Remember this? I had to think about it. No one man should have that much power. Ain't T'Challa got that kind of power? Atlantis and Wakanda been beefing since the 80s. Don't let them fool y'all into thinking that Atlantis and Wakanda just started beef because of recent events or because of events in the 2000s. Atlantis and Wakanda was beefing way back then. You know what I'm saying? So where the focus needs to be at this. Folks don't seem to understand what a palate cleanser is. Her story is just that. Okay, I get that it's a palate cleanser. Most of the people in the chat get that it's a palate cleanser, Kamoya, but we don't have the power to cancel that book. The people at Marvel canceled that book. Are we saying are our actions what made that book get canceled? I don't think so. And then I hear like artists, like high profile artists, celebrity, folks like your Ta-Nehisi Coates and your Eve Newlands and Ridleys and folks like that. They're already attached for a limited number of issues anyway. I think Ta-Nehisi Coates wants to make 50, 60 issues of Black Panther. You think John Ridley wanted to? Well, we don't want John Ridley to make 50 issues of Black Panther. Just like I am pretty sure Eve Ewing does not want to make 50, 60 issues of Black Panther. I feel like it's something to add to their resume. If you really care about the character, don't let them cancel the character, or you ain't got to say about it. Coates to Eve is literally the T'Challa must find himself 500 times there. Dango, I can't argue with that. I cannot argue with that. Wizard Magazine used to tell us when a run is ending and when a new one was coming and what creative team was behind it. And the last grade we no longer have to. No, I had to pick up with it, but I went and got hit my box, picked up my stuff, my pulls. Give me that wizard too. Yeah, real stuff. That doesn't mean there won't be an ongoing run of titles. Coach did a similar thing with his run on Black Panther. Well, my thing is this, Theo. If it's working, why you gotta tweak it? Obviously, they feel like it's not working, so they need to tweak it. They need to create this outcry. And heaven forbid that we have 2 Black Panther related titles running at the same time. Month. Ain't had that. That means the character's getting popular. If we got 2 titles out at the same time, oh dear, we can't have that. Now, is that strategic or is that coincidence? I found the run on yesterday of World's Greatest Geek on X. Yes, okay, yeah, we got that, man. We already know it's a reality. It's a reality. I have moved beyond both of them. I don't check them. We got our own thing over here. That part. Do you really want some Black Panther? Because you can get some Black Panther. You get Black Panther stories. You get Black Panther stories. Or you can get stories about another Black character. Another universe, another reality. Don't feel that it's over. Like it's the end of it. Not the end of anything. What you're saying, but at the end of the day, the fandom must stand in solidarity as to what we want from 616. I can't have Ultimate BP knowing that 616 BP is in the dirt. That far. Right there. That far. Not to mention the comment where Mr. Smith didn't sound like someone whose time was coming to a close. I want that to be correct, Theo. I want that to be accurate. That's how there it is coming. If it's more about popularity vice knowledge, because as has been alluded to, who's doing the most for the character? Well, if it was about blowing the character up, here's the thing, y'all, because this is a very polarizing subject for us, and as I can see in the comments, everybody has very strong opinions about it. But look here, if y'all digging this, if y'all liking this, hit the like, hit the likes, okay? So that more conversations like this can be visible, so that opinions like this can be seen, so conversations like this can be had with more like-minded individuals. United voices, united voices, united voices, united voices, not conflicting voices. Conflicting voices sound like fingers on chalkboard. That's what conflicting voices sound like. So my thing is, if we're like-minded, we need to move like, where are we going for our Black Panther content? Where are we going? Are we going to people who just regurgitate information? Are we going to people who just doing it because, that's popular? Well, on to the next Friday. I hope they do it a great job, just like not the, Ronnie, go down. What? Oh, wait a minute. Am I getting more stuff? Okay. Well, if it says the next issue is issue 11, issue 11 comes out when? See, that's what I mean. So here's the thing. My bad. With the John Ridley run. Well, hang on now. On the yeah. With the John Ridley run, I don't know if y'all can see that, but with the John Ridley run, it says next issue nothing. But with the Eve Ewing run, it says next issue 11. So when are we gonna be done? Thank you, Mr. Smith, for pointing that out. That's why I rock with But they want to see everything else and call it diversity. Theo and Kamoya, both of your points are taken and agreed with 100%. However, Killmonger and those guys genuinely like the character too. They may have a difference of opinion, but I can't say. Well, Django, I already know where that comes from, and we ain't gonna elaborate on that because it's a whole nother issue. It ain't got nothing to do with Black Panther. It's got and I feel like this, to a certain extent, is personal. But I'm gonna leave that alone because none of them provide the 3 F's for me. I don't feed F or finance Killmonger, so I ain't got no opinion about what he says negatively or positively. Bottom line. Actions speak louder than words, Django. That's where I'm at with it. Actions speak louder than words. Period. I already knew that, Django. I already knew that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and that's why, for the most part, I feel like they would rather go. I'm gonna leave it alone. You know what? I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna put my name on. I'm not gonna put my mouth on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because this is that mess. I don't want YouTube people. And you know, bugs coming at me like, who shot you? And then I got to be like, you know, first off, F and your click you claim, West Side, how we ride, come and flip the game. But that's how I'm coming, if somebody coming at me. You know what I mean? I'm not passive aggressive. If you ain't, there ain't gonna be no doubt in your mind. If I'm passive, I'm passive. If I'm aggressive, I'm aggressive. Ain't gonna be no doubt in your mind at all. So folks keep my name out their mouth. I keep my mouth over there. That's how that works. But when you come in here sniffing for a battle, don't get mad when I hit you real hard and it hurts. So that's just opposite. That part right there, and that's the end. All of the rest. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing nobody else did but Marvel. Yep, sure did, Mr. Smith. Did a video about it. Because I'm trying to bring knowledge. I ain't trying to be popular. The very fact that somebody's experience with a character starts in 2016 and that character been around since 1966 and you don't speak on nothing between 1966 and 2016, to me, that's a crime. And it's disrespectful to the character. You ain't gonna speak on none of that. None. But you claim to love the character. I just hope if these last series of Black Panther, it doesn't take us years to get characters back, like in Marvel. Well, what was the lapse in time between Ridley's run and Ewan's run? That was like what? 5 months? 4 months between the runs? But she started in June and he ended in, I want to say March or April. So there wasn't a whole lot of, I might be getting the numbers off, but there wasn't a whole lot of time that lapsed between the Ridley and Ewan run. It wasn't 6 months or 7 months, I don't think. So somebody pull that up for me, would you? Into Ridley's run, beginning of Ewan's run, there wasn't a whole, not like the distance in time between the Kirby Priest run. There wasn't that much time. Wasn't decades of time. Remain vocal, y'all. Remain vocal. I would insinuate they don't, Django, but it's about growing the knowledge, pride before the fall. For D and I, it's pretty much full time. Personalities have kind of derailed that. Well, yeah. I ain't out here trying to, you know, I noticed, and this is just me, and I'm gonna leave it alone after this. I noticed after a certain couple of people had beef with Theo, then I made a video and said we need to come together and talk about it. Nobody wanted to talk about it. I ain't blast nobody. I ain't say nothing disrespectful. None of that. Well, suddenly, you notice the only people that me and Theo do lives with are me and Theo. Are we the red-haired stepchildren? Are we the black eye? Or are we that beast that don't nobody want to let out of the cage? With Coach Run, one arc ended and the next arc was treated as a whole new book. Certainly was, whole nother volume. I'm like Black Dynamite. I hit him. I hit the light before I came in here. Oh my goodness. Love you, Diabolic. I love you, bro. Yeah, that's when they started using them. Well, that wasn't just in Black Panther. That was every book they started using legacy numbers, which I think is a cop-out. And it says, you jokers is just lame. If y'all had kept the book going, there wouldn't have been no need to make legacy issue. I'm going to make sure from now on I will get my Black Panther news with you and Thea. Thank you, man. I mean, you don't have to, but I appreciate that, and I will endeavor to bring you the news as best I can. I know there are some people. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it alone because I didn't just come on YouTube hoping to meet people that will help me improve my position. That happened organically. It kind of unhappened purposefully, but just like you come in the world only knowing to take breath and live and do what you gotta do to keep on living. That's all I can do. I can't come out here and make nobody like me. Okay, apparently I can come out here and make people dislike me. But I mean, it is what it is. The dollar is the dollar. And that's what I was here for. Period. I wasn't here to rub nobody wrong or none of that. But I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone because oh Lord. Again. I appreciate his energy. He doing what he do. But here's the thing. Tango, when you get tired of hearing it, when you get tired of listening to it, when you get tired of seeing it, you can always cut it off. I'm not saying you should do that, but I mean, if it's a damn headache, you have control over that, my brother. You have control. You don't nobody control the features on your phone but you. You can listen to that guy. My block game is flawless. Okay? People I'm tired of listening to, I don't listen to anymore. And I haven't listened to. You know what I'm saying? Even if they got 10,000 subs, even if they got 15,000 subs, I do not give a rat's duty what they're. There's more than 10,000 people in this world. There's more than 50,000 people in this world. There's more than 100,000 people in this world. And I can find them. You trying to tell me there's only 1,000 people in this world that want to listen to what Theo have to say? You trying to tell me 1,000 as far as Theo gonna get? Okay. Let Buck live. You younger cats debate your asses off. Keep them anti-recasters on their toes. Yeah, I mean, because you know it's coming. You know it's coming. Get ready. And just like he said, stay on your square. Now, I had some other stuff that I wanted to talk about. We about an hour and 15 in. I had a couple other things I want to talk about. But I'm going to put a neat little bow on this simply by saying only you can decide to quit. Can't nobody tell you when to quit doing what you're doing. That's the inspiration I can draw from Buck Meister. Can't nobody tell you when to quit. If I want to come on here and look a certain way, I can come on here and look a certain way. I tell you one thing you ain't gonna be able to say about Buck Meister. You can't say you didn't see him. And some days he might be on point. Other days he might sound like a broken record. Other days you might not have a clue. But one thing you ain't gonna be able to say is the man ain't speaking his truth. Period. And in that aspect, I'm at peace with Buck Meister and his enthusiasms. At least he's consistent. At least he's dedicated. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's all you need is consistency and dedication. I think a lot of that, and I think consistency and dedication is the formula for Theo's success. He stays on his square. He does what he wants to do the way he wants to do it. He don't let nobody tell him what he can and can't do. He's ready, willing, and able to step away from the crowd and say, they over there rattling this, but I'm over here talking this. That's what OGs do. OGs done been around too long to go with the crowd because OGs done seen what happened with the crowd. Stand on your square and speak no truth. That's somebody else. Y'all feel me? Can we move on to another topic, or do y'all want to mash on this one? I promise y'all the two topics I got, I'm gonna hit them and quit them, and we can be out of here. So, if anybody else got something they want to, you know what I'm saying, they want to add to their recast. They want to add to their that Black Panther cancellation talk. All right, let's roll. Mario said, "Roll." He the president of Black Panther fan group, so the president told me to roll. And here's where I'm rolling to. Y'all heard about that? Y'all heard about that right here? Y'all heard about that? It's gonna be a Book of Eli series. Ooh. I am excited. Do y'all know this is the first time ever a Denzel Washington vehicle has been turned into a series? This is the first time ever a Denzel Washington movie has been made into a series. Now, a series was made into a movie with Denzel Washington, but a Denzel Washington movie has never been made into a series. So, Book of Eli. It's going to be a prequel, y'all. And here's the details. John Boyega is set to headline and executive produce The Book of Eli, a TV series prequel to the 2010 post-apocalyptic action film that starred Denzel Washington in the title role. Boyega will play a younger version of Washington's Eli in the project, which hails from the movie's writer Gary Whitta and its directors, the Hughes brothers, who executive produce. Film producer Alcon Entertainment is the studio on a TV project which is about to be taken out to select premium buyers. The neo-Western Book of Eli takes place 30 years after a nuclear catastrophe caused an exile. It revolves around Eli, a nomad who fights his way across the savage post-apocalyptic America while protecting a sacred book that holds the secret to humanity's salvation. So yeah, what do y'all think about a Book of Eli series? Now here, I'm gonna tell y'all what I think, and then I'll look at the comments. Now, Book of Eli was a great Book of Eli was a great Denzel Washington, or at least I am of the mind that it was such. What is John Boyega going to need to do to make that believable? Any actor who can do blind well is a good actor. Or maybe Eli wasn't blind yet. I don't know. There aren't enough details right now, at least I don't have enough about whether or not John Boyega's version of Eli was blind. I hope John Boyega's version of Eli got hands like Denzel Washington's version of Eli had hands. That's what's going to stop is if he don't move like Denzel Washington move. I'm not saying he has to move exactly like Denzel Washington. I'm saying he needs to move fight-wise similar to Denzel Washington, because the way you fight is the way you fight. Unless you make a concentrated effort to change up your fight, the way you fight is the way you fight. So John Boyega, I hope he goes back and studies the film, as they say in sports, and comes out, with a solid game plan to make it work. Ooh, that lost. No word. Incredible. Well, it is an interesting project, and it is, because I don't know about y'all, but Book of Eli was for me, and the twist at the end. Just watch as much Denzel as possible. Well, you can go back and watch Denzel, but Denzel ain't. This is, you heard, it's a prequel. So, yeah. I actually own a picture that has, I guess the best way I can describe it is Denzel drawing down on Denzel. So it's a lot of images of Denzel from different movies. You got Lonzo, Training Day, Magnificent Seven, John Q, Eli, American Gangster. They're all drawing down on each other. It's a really cool picture. Maybe I'll post a picture. Take a picture of it and post it on my page. But yeah, it's a cool picture. As long as the series isn't too caught up on fleshing out past issues possible. As long as the series don't skimp on action. That's the point where I'm gonna be jumping off. If it's, because see, Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, they kind of pissed me off because there was a huge lack of hype. You know what I'm saying? We don't watch movies about kaiju to see people. We don't watch shows about kaiju to see people. I watched Ultraman as a kid. I wasn't watching Ultraman to see Arashi and Hayata and all of those guys. I was watching them to see what giant monster Ultraman was going to fight today. So when you make an hour-long series and we spend 45 minutes of that hour talking about the daughter of this guy who had two families on different sides of the planet and was just a player scientist, that was trying to find Godzilla 2 and the Hollow Earth, and we don't find the Hollow Earth until the last episode, bruh, you're going to have a hard time getting me to watch that show, nigga. I don't care if you're going to have King Kong on there. I'm uninterested. Book of Eli is one of my favorite Denzel Washington movies, and I'm happy to see that they're making it into a TV series. Well, you know what? When it gets closer to time, Ronnie, I will try and have a video of it, or when the series drops, I might follow the series. Y'all tell me, would y'all rather I do a one and done video on this Book of Eli series, or would you rather I follow the series weekly and see y'all updates on the series? I'm kind of leaning towards the latter. Monarch would have been fine if they dropped stuff with the Randy kid. Yeah, bruh, that just turned me off so bad, man. I'm like, who cares if that man got 2 families on the other side of the planet? What that got to do with Godzilla? They focused on what's important. They wasn't staying focused on what's important. They lost me 100%. Lost me. Right? This is why Godzilla -1 is big. And you know what? Like I said in my video that I did, with Godzilla -1, the story about the human beings was good. I was into what was going on with old boy. But this, y'all spending episode after episode after episode after episode. Now, Godzilla -1 was only like, what, a 2-hour movie? So I wasn't being tortured with it every week. Y'all gave me like 9 hours of that. They don't make no good show like that. They don't make no good show. Follow the series. Okay, all right, bet. Y'all got it. The president of the Black Panther fan group said we should follow the Book of Eli series F by F. Done. Okay. Good Lord. Hour 27. Okay, I got enough time for this. Look here, y'all. Thursday, that new season of Masters of the Universe dropped on Netflix. I binged it. You know what? It ain't bad, y'all. It ain't bad at all. Now, let me say this. If you did not watch that Masters of the Universe series, the first couple seasons, you're going to be lost on this. But if you did watch that series, bruh, when I say they took it to the next level and they were respectful of Masters of the Universe source material, this is going to piss me off when I think about Black Panther and how it's just so easy to respect source material and they don't do it. You know, that's what makes me think that's a choice, man. That ain't nobody just coincidentally like, oh my, you know what I'm saying? So where we at with it is this. If you didn't watch the last season, yeah, you're going to be 100% lost. But as best as I can bring you back up to speed, Snake Mountain got digitized. I guess that's the best way to describe it. It got digitized, and Skeletor got digitized, and so Skeletor and all of his henchmen, the Evil End, are all working for this motherboard here. And then later on, we find out motherboard is working for, you see him right there in the right hand corner, Hordak. I like Hordak. Hordak was a cool character. When they made that movie of He-Man and his sister, and I won't spoil it, but I'm like 99.999% sure that in the next season of Masters of the Universe, we're going to get Shield, or we're going to be moving forward here. But there are a lot of ramifications that go on in this series. There are some people who are alive. There are some people who end up dying. But Adam's got to make the decision of whether he wants to continue being He-Man or if he wants to settle down. Settle down with who? I'm not going to tell y'all who. I'm going to let y'all just figure it out on your own. But look here, bruh, the voice work for this out of this world. Let me tell you some of the voice work that is being done on this amazing show. Eldor. For those of you that follow Masters of the Universe lore, Eldor is the original name of Skeletor. And Eldor is Adam's uncle. Yes, Skeletor is Adam's uncle. And Eldor is voiced by William Shatner. What? What? Eldor is voiced by William Shatner. Yes, Captain is Eldor. Melissa Benoist is the voice of Sheila. Yeah, that's Supergirl. Lena Headey, yes, Percy herself, is the voice of Evelyn. And Motherboard, this villain Motherboard, is voiced by Meg Foster. Meg Foster? Who's Meg Foster? If you ever watched Masters of the Universe, the movie, Meg Foster was the cinematic Evelyn. Mark Hamill, of course, the incomparable Mark Hamill, is the voice of Skeletor. But Hordak? Yeah, boy. What? That ain't enough to get you on it? No? Well, I know people like Theo need action figures. Well, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, yep, got another He-Man coming out. Like we needed another He-Man. Yep, that's the new Skeletor. That's digitized, computerized, ready for action Skeletor. And got a spring line. Sure do. What? Is that a Gwildor action figure? No, I didn't ask for a Gwildor action figure. There's a competent Orko action figure. And did I mention Tila is now the sorceress? Better than the first one. It is. I agree. It is much better than the first one. Yeah, I went on ahead and binged that joint, man, and I was thoroughly satisfied. Uh-oh. Sorry. But it is very respectful. Kevin Smith did his thing. It is very respectful of the source material. Very, very respectful of the source material. Peter, next season, babe. Next season. Because I don't want to spoil it for you, but go binge the series first, and then you won't have that question. Yes, and yes. Yeah, I recommend it. If I had to rate it right now for me as a Masters of the Universe fan, and I don't just mean the 1980s Masters of the Universe. I don't just mean the movie with Dolph Lundgren. I don't mean the 2000 Masters of the Universe series. And I mean all of them. Boys, matter of fact, and pause on that name. I'm a Master of the Universe. I want the Masterverse version of Clamp Champ. Pause. But I want you to name. Man, I bought a Kodak. Kodak. But yeah, Master of the Universe, y'all. 8 out of 10 for me. 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it, and because I watched before. Oh, and Grayskull, the Black Grayskull, he makes an appearance. I ain't saying it's prominent or he does anything spectacular, but you get to see him a couple times. So, they trying to be diversified. They got him. They have Andra. They have Plant Camp Balls. So that question of it not being, no black people on Eternia, they starting to kind of dispel that myth, because y'all can show Asian people, but you can't show no black people. And so we can would like to see Stuntman. You can sell the toy and you can talk about Stuntman, but you don't want to give us no Stuntman. I need to see Stuntman, y'all. So that's where I'm at. So that's my only y'all need to add to this request for Masters of the Universe. I'm gonna need Stuntman. Y'all have to get me give me Stuntman. That's it. Look here, y'all. I think we have had a rousing afternoon of chit chat, and we have established that it ain't over till it's over. And if it is, so y'all, it ain't over. Black Panther fan group, we kicking them in the chest. Keep doing what y'all need to do, man, because the haters want to keep you down, and them folks that's just there for the stories that a lot of content providers remind me of that dude on Die Hard. Remember on Die Hard, the one news guy that'll go to any length to get his story, and at the end of the movie, Bruce Willis's wife punched him in the face. That's what a lot of content. That guy, he had no morals, no scruples whatsoever about getting the story, and that's what a lot of content. I ain't bringing you the story because I want to be popular. I'm bringing you the story because it's cool. Nothing more. And I keep telling y'all that. That's the hill I'll die on. That's the hill I'll die on. That's it for now, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming out, pulling up for the live. Thank you so very much. I would have felt silly when you're talking to myself. That's it for now, y'all. But if not, I will be coming at you with another one of them other things until I do. No, y'all, be good to each other.